Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about 5 reading strategies for comprehension that you can use, pretty much before, during, and after reading a text or a passage. So the first thing you want to do is apply background knowledge. And what you want to do is when you get a book, let's say you get yourself a novel, or the kid gets themselves a novel or a passage or whatever. With a passage, you kind of want to read like in each paragraph, maybe like the first sentence or the last sentence, to kind of get like an idea of what the passage is about. And with a novel, you want to read like the summary of the back on the back of the book, and get an idea of what the book is about, and see how you can apply or how it resonates pretty much with you, or maybe it resonates in a way that is something that you wanted to know about, or something that you wanted to learn about, or maybe it's something that you experienced. Maybe it's a problem solution type of book, but you want to pretty much apply your background knowledge as you're reading, to see how you can connect to that passage or novel. And sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. And as we read through the passage or the novel, we may later be able to connect one way or another, if not personally for ourselves, but we may know someone, okay, that actually could relate or is relatable with that particular passage or that particular novel, through their own experience, okay? And so the next one is questioning, okay? When you have a passage or novel, I think the first thing we want to know, when we read the summary or the first line of each paragraph in a passage, is, what does the author want me to know? Okay? What is the purpose of the text? What is he or she trying to convey? Okay? And as you go along reading the passage or the novel, you may find or questions something, a sentence, or a question, or a thought, may come in, where it allows you to form a question out of what you just read, either in that passage, that sentence, or whatever throughout the novel, or that passage. So you want to always be thinking, thinking about your thinking, really. You want to be prepared to write yourself some questions, like almost like annotating, write some little side notes on the side of the passage, if you can write on the passage, or in the book. If not, always have like some paper and pen ready. So the next strategy is visualization. So one thing that I do when before I read, and this is with any book that I read, and is also helpful for anyone, really. You kind of want them to, because the goal of reading is to focus, right? I mean, besides comprehension and learning. So you want to be able to visualize what is being said, and seeing how it can actually connect to the very first strategy that we discussed, which is our background knowledge. And so one of the things that I do is I actually clear my mind before I start reading. And I don't care if it's the Bible, okay? I actually make it my business to sit still for a second and just try to take deep breaths and clear my mind. Because when I read, I want to be fully engulfed in the book or the passage or whatever it is that I'm reading, especially if it's something that's educational. And so I think that's something, when it comes to visualization, you want to actually help with students. And I tell the students that I work with, clear your mind before we start reading. Get the wiggles out, whatever you need to do. We need to do this so we can clear our mind and so we can focus, because visualization is going to help you with comprehension. Okay. And it's also going to see how it connects to you personally in your life or with someone that you know. So overall, it's helping with comprehension. And so the next one would be analyze. When you are reading as you go alone, you want to analyze the text. You want to analyze the passages, the paragraphs. You want to do all of those things. You know, so you can be able to figure out whether this text, if someone asks you, okay, so you read that, what was that about? You read that book, or you might want to share, you know, that you read a novel, a new novel, or it's your current read, or whatever, and someone asks you, what it's about, you know. You want to be able to tell that person, you know, whether it was a problem solving book, whether it was an informational text, critical thinking, inspired, a book that's going to inspire you, inspirational book. You know, you want to kind of analyze the things that you are reading and make a determination as to what the author wanted you to get from this. And from there, you can say, hey, well, you know, I read, let's just say The Alchemist. Okay. That's an awesome book, by the way. And it's really, The Alchemist really is an inspirational book. It's about, you know, searching for your goals and going after, you know, your goals, and just staying focused regardless of all the challenges that you may come across. Always stay looking forward. And so you want to be able to analyze a book and see what you gained from that book or that that passage, and building questions. Building questions will help you be able to do just that as you read. And so next, once you have did the analyzation of things, you next want to go into summarizing. Okay. Summarizing is, you find a common theme in it. All right. And like I said, with the analyzing, was it to inspire? Was it to make you laugh? Was it a feel-good book? Okay. You want to be able to summarize what the book was about, and it goes into comprehension as well. So when you're able, or when a kid is able to summarize, and sometimes a child will have a novel, a mini novel, or they will have a passage, and it has just a lot on one page. Even in a novel, break those paragraphs down. Okay, break that page down into paragraphs. You know, for comprehension, you want to, as far as summarizing, you want to, if you need to, per paragraph, write little notes down. You know, for instance, well, this particular paragraph was about this. It might be a word. This particular paragraph was about that. When you get to the end, you can pretty much form, you know, a statement or two as to what that particular passage or page was about. You know, it's just one way to help you to stay focused, and to be able to summarize what you read, to show understanding on what you read through that passage, through that novel, or through that mini chapter book for the kids. So you can share with others, and you can talk about your experience. You can tell, you know, something that you like, the person may not have liked, you know, and then there you can form an actual conversation through these likes and dislikes, when you are able to summarize everything you read. So with kids who are not focused, my suggestion would be to break down the paragraph, and if that's too much, break down a few sentences first. Start with a few sentences, and do questioning in a way where you can ask them, you know, to summarize what they just read. for you, or ask them a question that would require them to reflect back on what they read in that particular passage. Okay, so I hope that this has helped you guys with the subject of strategies for comprehension and reading, guys. And these strategies are something that can be used for all levels. Like I said before, comprehension is something that it starts on a basic level all the way up to the highest possible comprehension level, where we are thinking outside the box, around the box, in the box, out the box, and everything else with the box. Okay, so I hope these strategies have helped you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.